In this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that we feel like you should do that first day or maybe even that first week of a new placement. So the first day and the first week of a new placement is chaotic. There's a lot going on, and so these are some things that we think that you should do right away to help maybe ease some of that chaos and make that transition from not having a child to having a child smoother. And so the first one is, when they first come in, when you first enter that foster child first enters your home, one of the things that we really feel like you should do is find out what their likes and dislikes are. And one of the big ones is food, because food is a really important part of human nature. And it's, people don't realize how comforting food is. And so food can be a big deal.
Yeah. So obviously if they're older, you can ask them some things that they like. I know for us, we told our kids that, and we started this only once we became foster parents. We didn't do it before with our bio kids, but we had a grocery list and we said, whatever you want, you can put on there. And it's interesting because a lot of times foster kids at the beginning, they don't want to write anything. They're afraid to ask for stuff. It feels awkward, But over time, letting them see that if you ask for it, I'm going to get it for you. That helps build trust as well. Maybe. And
trust is a big deal. I mean, you can't downplay how big of a deal it is to build trust.
But here's my other thing too, with food. A lot of times what the kids may eat may not be what you're eating.
Yes.
But allow that if that's what was special or important to them. For instance, like I knew we had that one placement and they would eat ramen noodles all the time. It might not be the healthiest thing, but that felt like comfort and home to them. And our kids, even though they were a little bit older, like school age, but like that was something that they could cook for themselves, So it gave them that independence. It made them feel a little bit more secure. So just ask them and kind of let things go. Over time, you can start to maybe work in some more healthy habits or whatever, but don't really discount or downplay the things that were important or special or comforting to them.
Yeah, I remember when our girls came, and they talk about it to this day, that we didn't have ramen noodles in the house, and they just thought that was so strange.
We didn't have hot sauce.
And we didn't have hot sauce.
Hot sauce on everything.
Right.
But, in the beginning, they didn't tell us they wanted that.
Correct.
But imagine that if like for me, almost everything I put salt on it when I eat. So that's what the hot sauce was to them.
Right.
Like was a staple and we didn't have it and they didn't feel comfortable asking for it right away. So just be asking them and specifically say, is there something that you like to eat a lot that I don't have? Because I want to get it for you.
Absolutely. The second one is let them be a part of making some decisions with regards to their room and how it's decorated.
We did paint.
We did paint.
We said, what color do you want? And they still talk about that you went out and got it. But not everybody's able to do that.
Right.
You could still do it with like a bedding or a pillow or some things they might hang on the wall or something. Like let them feel, these are kids who have nothing of their own, right? Let them feel some sense of ownership in their space, right?
Giving these children just a little bit of power to make some decisions will go a long, long ways. It sounds silly, but if you think about a foster child, they have no say in anything that happens in their lives, and so this may sound like a small thing, but it's really quite a big thing. Number 3,
acclimate them to their surroundings or the community.
Oh yeah.
When our girls moved in, it was only 20-minute drive, less than 15 miles, but it was a whole different world. Right? So just even like where our grocery store was and stuff was way different. So, I know that it's easier to go to the grocery and stuff like that, like without the kids, right? But like, imagine that you're like in your bubble of this new house and you don't know anything around you, you know? It's important to like drive them around and talk to them about what's around because it's like they're in a bubble and it's a whole new world and they don't know, right?
Absolutely. Number 4 is, you're going to have to just recognize up front that you're probably going to have to adjust your routine. You're going to have to adapt to some new things. And so having a mindset of adapting and adjusting will help your mental health more than anything else. And it will also help the mental health of your foster child because, again, this could be around bath times or bedtimes or lots of, there's a million things, but making small adjustments will help ease this transition from where they were to now being in your home much easier.
I think especially when they're younger, having a routine is so important, right? And you got to figure out, because that helps them know what to expect next. But when they're older, maybe that's also an area where you can allow them to have a voice, right? Like, okay, I remember one time we had 5 kids that needed to shower. Yep. Okay, who wants to shower on this day? Or who wants to shower before dinner? Who wants to shower in the morning? Because right. They can't all do it at the same time. And kind of coming to agreements and stuff like that. Okay, you have to do your homework. Would you like to do it right when you get home from school? Or would you like to do it here? We have these chores, like, let's give some ownership, like, okay, I really like to do the dishes. Who wants to vacuum? Those type of things. Right. You're creating routines, but also allowing them to be a part of deciding how the routines go.
Absolutely. Number 5?
All the required trainings from the county or agency. So when you first get a kid, you have to take them to the doctor. You have to schedule the dentist and all those things. And it's a lot, but those are the things that you have to do. And so get it in your mind to know that you're going to have to do those.
Right.
And also know that after the first 30 days, it will get less chaotic.
Right.
You're going to maybe have to schedule with a therapist. You may have to enroll them in school. You're going to have to get a daycare. You have to do the health check. You have all these things that you have to do. So make a list and make those a priority. But if you watch our other video and you did the things before the placement, hopefully those things will go a little bit smoother.
Absolutely. So those are our top 5 things to do that first week of a new placement. I'd love to hear what you would add to that list. So put a comment in below and let me know what you would do. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because we're constantly making new videos to help you become the best foster parent you can be.